Cops. What are they? Friends? Family? Heroes?
Cops are the foundation of our society. Throughout this video, you will see the ins and outs of what it takes to be a cop.
Yeah!
Alright, so what exactly do you do right now?
And my real job right now is I am the chief of police for the Dallas Independent School District.
What inspired you to do what you do?
Well, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I was with the Dallas Police Department for 30 years, and I was the deputy chief with the Dallas Police Department when I retired October 25th of 2011, and then October 26th, 2011, I started my new job here as the chief of Dallas ISD. Even though I've been here 3 years, all of my experience really up to this point in my life has been through municipal police, meaning the Dallas Police Department, where I went to right after I graduated from college. For a number of reasons, I became a Dallas police officer, most important of which was I needed a job. And I had no idea. My intent was to go to the feds to be an FBI agent, but I had no idea that I would end up staying in the first job I ever had for 30 years. And I was led, I worked throughout the entire police department, and really I led the dream career path as far as I worked in SWAT and motorcycles, and I was over a part of the department called Special Operations, where I was over the bomb squad and the mounted patrol and K9, and I worked in narcotics for 7 years, and I worked in Vice for 3 years before ultimately having the best job I think that you can have in police work, where I was the homicide lieutenant for the Dallas Police Department. And in that job, I personally oversaw 750 murder investigations, 500 suicides, and 75 incidents where police officers got shot or shot somebody.
Oh, wow.
And then that led me to be promoted to deputy chief, where I was over all criminal investigations for murder, robbery, rape, assault, and the CSI function for about 1.2 million people. During that time, when I was a Dallas police officer, from 93 to 01, I became the security coordinator for the Reunion Arena. And so then in 01, Reunion Arena closed, and we opened the American Airlines Center, where I worked until I retired in 2011. So for 18 years, 200 days a year, I was at every Mavericks and Stars, Kicks game, and all the concerts and every circus. Well, then that led me to now, when I retired from the Dallas Police Department, while I'm a Dallas ISD police chief, I work for the NFL and I work for the NCAA. I was in New York last year for 16 days for the Super Bowl. I do the Final Fours, this bowl championships game that's going to be played where the winners of the Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl play. I'm hired by the NCAA to be a consultant to move the teams and the bands and the cheerleaders and the alumni through the various hotels and places that they'll be. And so I do that. And then the thing that I really focus on outside of my job as a chief is I'm a police use of force expert witness. If you go to, you can look at my website. It's called chiefcraigmiller.com. And on my website, you'll see that when police officers shoot and kill people around the country, like in Ferguson, lawyers call me, and I work on those types of cases. I have a case going in Missoula, Montana right now. I have a case going in Atlanta where a 7-year-old was sexually assaulted and killed, had her throat slit, and the apartment complex is suing the family, and the family's hired me. And so I have another case in Austin, one in Houston, one in San Antonio, and one in Dallas. So I have five of those cases going right now. One case might send me 5,000 pages of documents to review.
Next question is, what is the most challenging part of your career?
Oh, I think challenging part of my career. I was a lieutenant with Dallas PD for almost 20 years, and I never really had aspirations of becoming a chief. That's just something that kind of happened, and I think that one of the things that I try to tell people is I think when you're in police work, working in homicide, it's got to be the pinnacle of anything a law enforcement person can be involved with. You know, I can catch DWIs, I can catch rapists, I can catch burglars, but I don't think there's anything like catching and talking to and interviewing people that have killed people. And I don't think you bring a more of a challenging resolution to anything more than trying to help a family that's lost a loved one. And, you know, I ask people all the time, I speak a lot at different events, and I ask people all the time, I said, if you were in a job where your job was to tell someone they'd lost a loved one, which of these two would you rather have to make a death notification on? The first one is a guy that's been married 50 years to a woman who goes to a bank on a Saturday morning and is killed standing in line by the bank robber. Now, you're going to have to go back to her husband and knock on his door and tell him that his wife of 50 years has died. Or would you rather have to make a notification of a 16-year-old that jumped off the high-five and was run over by an 18-wheeler who left a note that said, I hate my parents because I'm not good enough and they never gave me the iPhone that I wanted. That's in writing, that they hate their parents. And you got to go to the parents' house and deliver that letter to them that your daughter just jumped off a bridge and said they hated you. Which of those two notifications do you want to do? I lead an exciting life.
All right. Is there anything else that you feel like you needed to share with us?
You know, I try to tell people, especially when I talk to young people, because I've got a very interesting background as well in my life and the things that happened to me before I became a police officer. But, you know, what I try to tell young people is that you really, it boils down to three things. You're either a dreamer, a thinker, or a doer. And you have to decide which you are. And I really believe that a dreamer is someone that says, I'm going to win the lottery, it's $50 million. And they think in their mind, what would I do if I had $50 million? A thinker is somebody that drives down the road and comes up with a really good idea. But after you talk to them a month later, you go, hey, what'd you ever do with that idea? They go, well, I didn't think it would work, and so I didn't get into it. And a doer is someone that's not afraid to fail. And I was in a great job. I had a lot of respect. I was doing the things I wanted to do, but I wanted to try something different. And every one of my adventures, whether it's the expert witness or working with the NFL or the NCAA or doing anything, is all about taking a chance. And I think that what I'd like to tell people is I think no one in this world is limited by anything other than what they have. And I want people to know they can overcome and be what they really want to be. And the only thing that limits you in life is yourself.